Hey guys, it's GlowingMooshroom here, and today I'm going to show you how to build this high-tech storage system. Now the way this works is that you would either flick a lever or press a button depending on how many of which item you would want. So say for example we want a bunch of wood planks. We'll flick this lever, and we'll wait a second, and then we should start seeing wood planks appear in our inventory. We'll leave that on for a little bit. And okay, sounds like we're running out of wood planks. Yep, that light is turning off, so 23, I think that's all we had in the system. Anyway, let's say we want just one diamond. We're trying to make ourselves a diamond shovel, I guess. We'll hit this button. And then if we stand back over here, we'll see that a diamond pops into our inventory. Now, I'm not really sure I want to craft this shovel. Let's put these items back in the system. Just put them in this chest, and we'll see them go up this item elevator and back into the system. And then we'll see, once we start filling up with wood, this light will turn back on, saying that there is wood in the system. There we go. So let's get on to making this thing. So this thing will take up 10 blocks up, 17 blocks back, and it is as far expandable as you want that way, because these are all just little segments stuck together. This will have to be on the end for your miscellaneous stuff. But you can make it as, well, you can make it pretty small or as big as you want, really. So let's get started. Okay, so here is the first item elevator. Now you don't need to make this glass, you don't make it see-through at all. In fact, you could probably hide this somewhere else if you didn't want to see the item elevator. But I quite like it. I think it looks nice with the items flowing up. Anyway, so this ring at the top isn't really necessary, but it does help if there's a lot of items going through the system, which will be common with this sort of system. So we'll just put some redstone into this, just put some hoppers in there for now. We'll continue this stream later. How many? Okay, yep, cool. And we'll give ourselves a chest. Now I'll just go straight down into a hopper. Just like that. Okay, now we're going to make ourselves a auto-dropping system, so it will dispense things straight into the item elevator when they're put in the chest. Okay, so to make this dropping system, all we have to do is place a dropper so it is facing up into the system. I'm going to get out of here now. I guess that works. And then run this hopper into that. Now the wiring goes like this. So we'll get ourselves a block here. Doesn't have to be concrete, just a block. Put a comparator into subtract mode. Give ourselves a block up like this. Redstone on top of that. And a observer just peeking out. I'll have to do it from this side, so the observer is powering that dispenser. You can place a block there and a block there, so you can't see the dispenser through the top. And then, now this system will work, but only for small amounts of items. If you want to make sure it doesn't break, and then I'd recommend this for this system specifically. You want to just do this, run redstone like that, and put a repeater just there, so that way it'll keep dispensing even if it's filled up with items. Actually, I made a mistake. You need to fill these blocks in as well, otherwise the items won't actually travel up at all. Okay. So that's the first little segment done. Alright, so now let's make the system that gives you the items once they've come out of the storage system. So you just want to place a couple blocks like this. I might make way for the lights that are going to be put in here. So this doesn't necessarily have to be here exactly, but it's just nice to have it nice and close to where you're putting items in the first place, because this is where you'll be standing most of the time. We just place items like blocks like this. You'll need to do the observer again, so I'll just put that out this side, just like that. Get yourself another dropper facing upwards, so the items can be dispensed up. Then you want to do this sort of thing again, so up like this. Comparator in subtract mode. Redstone dot up that. And then again we want to make this failsafe for it, so redstone in like that, and your repeater. Okay. Now we're just going to run some hoppers. This will be later on when we're putting items from the system. Okay, Oopsie daisy, I'm falling. I might as well just put some redstone lamps here. And also fill in, whoopsie daisy, and fill in that block right there so the items can travel up. Make sure you fill in all those blocks. Okay. Now let's just give it a back wall, and this is where we're going to be putting all our levers and item frames to display what item will be transported up. And again, this system can be as long as you want. I'm just going to make a kind of small system, and then just like we've got over there, place some buttons through, like this, along all these, levers above them, and then item frames. I will quickly make another little extension to this so we can have the miscellaneous items part. And up there you just want to put a staircase so we can still open the chest at the top. Right, so now just under here you want to place a row of blocks underneath all of the segments. Then comparators running into these blocks. These will power the redstone lamps when there are blocks in the system, or items in the system rather. Then we want another row behind them with repeaters, just like this, all lined along. This will give the input for a single press. And then you just want to run a bunch of droppers all along here. And you'll continue this depending on how many segments you want. Now we can link up this dropper system with this one. And there we go. Now what you'll need to do is add some hoppers to the back. 3 rows of them. Okay. Now for the circuit that's going to give you the lever function. What you're going to do is lay out a bunch of redstone torches all in a line like this. Then make a bunch of hopper clocks above those redstone torches. You make those by just facing 2 hoppers together. This part might get a little bit tricky, because you'll need to make sure that they're facing each other. Just double check that they are. And then in each of them you just want to place one item. I'm going to put observers because they look funny. I could honestly just do this. Just make sure that each one gets only one. I'll just make sure, yep, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, that's looking good. Get out of here. Okay. So now you want to lay down a few more blocks just behind these hoppers for all the segments. Then then you want to do some repeaters facing into those hoppers. These will power those droppers. Then another row of blocks. And this part again might be a little bit tricky. You might need to take out this row to do this part. All you need to do is place down a bunch of observers facing downwards like that. This will be easier if you're doing it segment by segment, but it's pretty easy. And just put that row back in. Okay. Now you want to place a bunch of comparators. Whoa, that's a lot of faces staring at me right now. Let's cover those up with some repeaters. You will hear the clicking. Good, everyone clicked. Okay. Now for the next part we're going to add in some chests to store the items in. Now you need to have regular chests and trap chests next to each other. Unless you're doing this in the Windows 10 Pocket Edition or console editions, then that doesn't matter. Okay. So we're just going to start off this end by placing one chest on all of these hoppers. And then a bunch of hoppers behind those chests. And then just lay some more chests again. And some more hoppers. And then you want to have some double chests. And that's all the chest storage for the system. You could potentially do more, but it would be a lot higher, and I think this is all you really need for this type of system, unless you have a lot of these items. Then I'd suggest a bulk storage system or something like that. Anyway, you want to run a bunch of hoppers behind these chests, and then some more hoppers above. You don't want them facing down straight into the hoppers, because that'll break the system. Just so they're facing off into a block or an air block, so they're not breaking the system, just like that. Okay, now we're going to finish our hopper train that we started. I think I want to actually... Oopsie days, I think I made a mistake. Yep, I sure have. Why don't you guys tell me? Okay, so you just want to raise this up one more block, sorry about that. Okay. And you will need to fix the hoppers in here, but first, we'll just start a row of hoppers for this lot. They'll just line up with your elevator. Make sure that the hoppers are facing into each other. Okay, we're almost there. And just for now, we will finish off the miscellaneous section. So destroy that one so it's not facing down, because we'll fix that now. And then just add a bunch of regular chests, or trap chests, doesn't really matter, just along here. They might want to cover up that block so you can't see through, just down there. You'll still be able to see through the sides, but that's okay. Then just a bunch of hoppers running into each of those chests. Then this one can either be facing out into air or straight down, it doesn't matter for that, because we don't need to sort this one. Again, and run that into the hopper train. Okay. Now all we need to do is add the sorting element. So you just want to make a line of blocks along here. Some comparators on those blocks. And then 2 blocks coming out. Underneath here, we just want another row of blocks. Then we're going to come down a block, another row, and another row. And then just connect them up by going up another block. Actually, you might want to place in these repeaters first. Just like this, 2 rows of repeaters. And then the blocks behind them. And then you just want to have redstone covering all these blocks up here. And then finally, redstone torches up here. And then that one. And there you go. That is the sorting system. Now, the last thing that you need to do is grab yourself a block that you won't ever use in the system. Perhaps a very well named and important, you should do that right now, named block that you won't have in the system, otherwise it will break it. So just make sure you don't put any of these blocks in the system. And then just line each one like this. Then when you've done this, you'll have your blocks that you want to go into those chests, and put a stack of them into this slot here, and they'll get sorted through the system. Just do that for the rest of these. Okay. Alright, and then you just want to place your block of choice for these chests in there. I'll leave that up for you guys to decide. And then, of course, put the item that corresponds to the item in here, in the item frame at the front. That should be a working system. So to test it, we'll just grab this and this one. Why not that one? That one. Okay. Oh, look at that. Anyway, so for this one, we're just going to grab ourselves a stack of saplings, put them in there. And these can be any blocks you want, whichever blocks you would want sorted into the system for these chests. Just like that. And they'll get sorted down to, I do believe, how many blocks? 41 blocks. And then you'll have the rest all in this system. As you can see, they're all lining up except for that one. Did I miss something? Oh, that's kind of broken the system now, hasn't it? Make sure that all your hoppers are facing in the right direction, otherwise you'll end up like me, a complete patat. I guess we can test out the system now, so we'll just grab one of these, 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 one of those, and come on, plate. There we go. And then just the sound effects really help. And there we go. And there you have a completed sorting system. I'm just gonna make and yeah, you just put items in there, and they'll get transported into the system. And as you can see, hopefully they go into the right spot. And
2,000 years later.
I broke something, haven't I? Yep, okay, there we go again. Yep, that's me being a complete patat. You want to place this like that. Make sure that all your hoppers, again, alright. That's what was happening. Anyway, so that is a working system, despite me being a complete idiot and making the hoppers wrong. I think we can all learn that you should always double check your hoppers. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!